I know everyone was probably out late last night, and if you're like us, you're pretty tired this morning. It's good to be here, nonetheless. It's one more opportunity that God has given us. And we need to be thankful for those opportunities. Because we are not promised another one.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody pray. You want to feel the Spirit of God, and look to the Lord.
But I hope Yins will pray for just a few minutes. I'm just going to try to get us going here, and we'll go down in prayer and let Brandon and Dad come and take the time this morning. But you know, I was thinking all through last week, I don't know why, but I get on Facebook pretty seldom, but when I get on there and I see some of my old friends that I went to high school with, and see them getting married and having kids, and I can't help but think about, you know, I got on there and I was looking at Jeff. He's one of my best friends in high school, Jeff Trowski. And you know, we were baptized on the same day together when we were both 18. And you know, I started thinking about him, and you know, he was not raised in a Christian home at all.
Yeah.
His family, he told me, he had never been in church in his life. Never stepped foot in a church. And you know, he was an extremely intelligent young man.
Yeah,
he was our valedictorian.
Yeah.
4.0 student, full ride scholarship. And he was a gifted athlete.
Yeah.
And he was a good looking man. He was very popular, brother. And you know, we started talking about church in the summer of 2003. And, you know, I had been in trouble and made a mess of my life, and started trying to go to church, and you know, we would have some pretty good talk.
Yeah, I remember.
Sometimes we'd be up till 3 o'clock in the morning, and we'd be talking about church and talking about things, and we'd give Dad a call, and I'm sure you remember those late night calls.
Yeah.
And you know, when I come and I give my hand to the church, and I would talk to him, and I told him when I came and joined that I wanted to wait so he could be there at my baptizing a couple weeks later. And you know, he would stay up with me, and he'd talk, and he asked me so many questions about, Jeremy, how do you know that you're ready?
Yeah. It's about faith.
And he'd want to have it all planned out, and every question and every doubt answered, and he would almost think himself out of blessings.
Yes. Yeah.
Because he was so concerned and so intelligent, and he would try to analyze this thing logically.
He's too smart to believe.
And you know, maybe I was just dumb enough or just naive enough, but the only thing that I could tell him was that, Jeff, when you're in church, listen, and the hair starts to stand up on the back of your neck, and you feel something start burning down inside. I said, what do you think that is? You can examine this logically, and you can ask questions until the cows come home. But that feeling that you get, listen, that's what we need to be holding on to. listen, just like, just like that woman, listen, that heard about Jesus coming through her little town, listen, and the people, the people were thronging him, coming, and his disciples were fighting through the crowd, trying to make a way for Jesus to come. Listen, and there was a sickly woman, listen, that come to him, had an issue of blood disease since the day she was born. But she'd heard about this man and the works that he was doing. Listen, and you know what? She come, listen, crawling through that crowd there just to see this man. Listen, and it says that she got down on her knees and fought her way through them people. Listen, and when Jesus passed by, she raised her feeble hand, listen, and just touched him as he passed. Jesus stopped right there, listen, and he looked at him and said, someone has touched me. Master, the people throng you, you're being touched by everyone. And he looked at him and said, no, this one was different, for I feel virtue gone out of me. And it says, listen, that she come trembling, she come to him there, listen, and fell down at his feet and said, Master, it was me, but and he looked at her and said, thy faith has made thee whole, go and sin no more, but listen, she was compelled by something. She was seeking a little, she was seeking witness. She was seeking something. And you know, it's just like my friend Jeff. So many questions in his head. So much he wanted answered and everything lined out for him. You know what? Sometimes you just need to step out on faith.
That's right.
Sometimes you just need to cling to that feeling that you get when the Spirit begins to move.
That's right.
Push everything else aside and you hold on to that. Let's go ahead and get you the song started. And we'll get down in prayer. And you know, it was about the next week, I think, at church. We were sitting there, and we were about halfway through it, I think, I guess. And, you know, Dad was sitting there on the side pew. And I forget who it was. It might have been Brother Jack was singing a song. And Jeff got up from the back. My friend, he got up and he was crying. And he walked up and he knelt down next to Dad. And he said, Mr. Newsom, I want to join the church. And Dad just kind of put his hand on him and said, okay. You know, our typical fashion is that in the wind-up of the meeting, we'll open up the church doors. Listen, but Jeffy come and he said, Mr. Newsom, I want to join the church. Listen, and Dad looked at him and patted him and said, okay. Listen, but Jeffy looked at him and said, no, I want to join right now. Listen, that's how real it is. When you're compelled, it's not that real. You don't have it. Then you step out and listen, and you push this world aside and you hold on. You just hold on to Him. This world is a cruel and dark place. This world is full of troubles and heartaches, and if you don't have them today, You just wait till tomorrow and you'll have them.
Come on, Chad.
But my Lord is the light of this world. Listen, He's what keeps me. Listen, what holds me at night when troubles come. Listen, and I can't reach out to my dad or my brother or my wife. Listen, I can turn my eyes. Listen to the wall and say, Lord, one more time, I need you. He is my comforter and my salvation.